Okay, I'm going to remove the Bigfoot board. There's a couple of things I'm going to need to do. One, I'm going to have to set my camera, which I'm using a P41. And I need to wire up my camera. Now I have my heat shrink on. So on this block, we copy power, common, shutter, and be shutter common. So my white is my power for this build. So I'm going to put that in the power slot. And I'm going to tighten it down. Black is my common, so that'll be the next one. This is a 3-wire hack. And green is my shutter. Now, there's another dip on here, right here. Now, for the P41, I want number 1. You'll see top will be on. You'll see 1 and 2. I want 1 off, 2 on for my P42. You can go to www.bigfoot.com and get your, if you're not sure what it is, under manuals. Now I want to put my Bigfoot board back in, put the screws back in. So that's all it is to wiring up the board. It's really simple. This isn't the smallest build in the world. It's a little bigger build. I can get D cells in here. There's just more room. I don't have to grind a box for the P41 to fit right in there. Okay, now I'm running externals in this build, and we'll get them hooked up. Now I'm running externals in this build. I have a battery holder with a 9-volt holder. It's kind of nice. You can take that off. So we're going to wire this up. We want from the camera to the external. We want red to red, black to black, or positive to positive, negative to negative. Okay, I have 10 my wires already, so I'm gonna connect negative to negative. And I'm using a D holder. This give me a lot of time on this P41. Make sure your batteries aren't in your camera when you're doing this too. One slip and you can. Okay. Like I said, positive, positive, negative, negative. I'm using a D holder. I'm still going to put alkaline in the D holder, and I'm going to put NIM rechargeables in the camera. That works the best. It's the best setup I know of. You don't want to put D in the externals and double A's in the camera. That could cause the double A's to leak. That's why we use rechargeables in the camera. Okay, there's my externals wired up. My camera's wired to the board. Now I'm using a Bigfoot board. That's from www.bfoutdoors.com. And I'm using a P41, and we'll test it. Okay, here's something that's really important. It's overlooked a lot, and I'm going to show this a different board. This is a different build, but I want to show a couple different examples here of this. And what I did was I found a piece of foam. I have an S600. Now I have it against the flash gasket. Now what's overlooked a lot of times is that this camera has to step against this flash gasket. So I need some kind of pressure. Too much pressure is going to cause my case to leak. So I want to try different foam until I close the lid without a lot of effort, because too much effort will separate the lid and the leak. So I want a little bit of effort, and I can still close the case without any problem. And I may have to try different thicknesses of foams. I may have to try an 1/8 inch or whatever. I keep pieces extra foam, all kinds of different sizes. This is what I was using in that Otterbox 3250 was this, and I can actually trim this down, make it thinner or thicker. I like this stuff. It compresses, not real hard. It's an insulation foam. So I'm experimenting with this. So once I get that and I feel like it's good, I'm going to take that out, get a picture off of it, and make sure I don't have flash bleed. And what happens is the flash goes off and it'll transfer into here. So I need enough pressure to keep that camera up so I make a good seal between the two. It doesn't. If I get flash bleed across, it means I don't have enough foam in. I got to put a little bit more in, a little more shim it out a little bit so I get more pressure on that. And another example, here's another example, is this is a Pentax E50. And it's the same thing here. It's a little different foam. I keep all kinds. If I see foam that I could use, I always keep it. I kind of hoard it because you never know what you're going to use it for in different thicknesses. So this is a little thickness, and I put that in, and I can close the case. I feel some resistance there, and I can close the case. If I get too much foam, I'll get a crack here and a leak, like I said. So I'll try it. You know, keep some foam. If you see stuff you can use it. You don't want too much pressure or it'll leak. Too much pressure and it won't close all the way. I closed on top of this wire. And so that's just a couple examples of what you do. Like I said, on the Otterbox, I used this stuff. I cut it down, trimmed it, then I cut a little bit off this back side to get so I can shim it to get the right tightness on that Otterbox 3250. I hope this helps. Okay, the build's done. My camera's hooked up. I can get my wire situation. That's about what it looks like. Very simple build. To turn it on, I just hit the button. This is turn the LCD off on the P41s right there. Turn that off. Board set. Go through a walkthrough test and it'll fire. Very simple. These are my delays. When you get the board, you'll get a little piece of paper with it. It'll tell you what the delays are and how to set them. It would be this card right here. Find a spot for it somewhere, and that'll give us our delays. I hope this video helps. It's www.bfoutdoors.com is the information on this and the board. Good luck. Hope this helps you build a trail cam.